Talking to myself made me more money than any strategy I have ever tried. Today, we're going to be talking about the one conversation you have never had. I'm talking about the conversation with yourself. If you have been asking everyone what you should do with your business, what you should do with your life, and somehow you still feel stuck, this video is going to show you why none of their answers have worked for you. Now, one of the problems that I think we have in today's society is our lack of connection with ourselves. Think about how many times you have sat down with yourself and you have asked yourself for your approval for your own plans. If you compare and contrast, you have probably asked complete strangers, the people who are around you, more than you ask yourself, more than you seek for your own approval. Once you consistently get somebody else's voice in your head, the harder it is going to be for you to hear your own voice. Now, before we go any further, I want you to drop the word signal in the comments down below with the flashlight emoji. I will send you a free assessment that tells you exactly which phase is currently blocking you from hearing your own voice. Okay, let's get back to the video. One of the biggest reasons that we tend to look outside of ourselves from the time that you were born. You were always taught that the answers come from outside of you. Nobody had ever sat you down and told you that you are the one who actually has the answers. You are the one that has a guide within you. You are the one who has the ability to sit down and ask that guide any question that you want, and it will be able to guide you towards the answer. And every single outside answer that you receive pushes you further back from the potential that you were meant to accomplish. This is why there's so many rich people in this world who are not happy, because they continue to seek for the validation outside of them rather than looking within, rather than connecting with the guy that is within them. Every single voice that you listen to outside of you will remind you that the world is tough, and that's why you were not able to succeed. The answers that are outside of you will always come up with excuses attached to it. For a very long time, in order for me to do anything, in order for me to go to the next stage in life, I would always think, what would this person think if they saw me doing this? So I asked everyone else what to do. I consumed everything and I still stayed stuck. But this had stopped when I had first started having conversations with myself. I asked questions and actually waited for the answer. When I had first started talking to myself and asking myself questions and waiting for the answer, one of the questions that I asked myself is, what is one thing I can do today to lead me to my first $10,000 month? When I asked that, I was expecting a strategy, but the answer that I ended up getting was something completely different. The first real answer was the hardest thing that I had to face. The first answer that I had ever heard was that it was my fault. And I really need you to understand that this was not cruel. This was the nicest thing that I have ever heard. Because every other voices that I have listened to, when I don't end up accomplishing my goal, it was always attached to some sort of excuse. Maybe the timing wasn't right. That's why things didn't work out. Maybe it's the algorithm, it just doesn't like me. That was another excuse. Maybe it's the niche that I ended up selecting. Excuses always feel good because they're not something that you can fix. If it's the algorithm, you have become powerless. If it's because the world is going through something like COVID-19, you are completely powerless. What are you going to do? Nothing. And I'm going to tell you this today if nobody tells you. Only your voice will tell you the truth. This is why you have this conversation with yourself. You have literally been talking to every single person about your business, except the one person whose answer actually matters, who answers will be able to change your trajectory. One of the women in the FoundHer Society did this exact practice for the first time, and she came back and said the answer she got was not new. The answer she had received was something she already knew. But because of this practice, she was actually able to take action. She was actually able to take the next step. She stopped giving herself excuses. She made the move that she had been avoiding the same day. Now, the practice that she used that was able to help her to accomplish her goal is the signal phase. The signal phase is the real, raw conversation that you have with yourself, that you have with the Holy Spirit, that you have with the higher version of yourself. And then you wait. You wait for the answers. That is the most significant aspect of the signal phase. The waiting is the actual practice. It's not really the question. It's not you being able to be aware. The waiting is the actual practice. The answer is going to start to come to you when the noise actually stops, when you are in complete silence and all you hear is your own voice. Now, once you're doing this practice, you need to ask one single question, not 5, not 10, not 20, one single question. For example, that question can be, what is one thing I can do today to move me towards whatever is your specific goal? Now, your specific goal might be accomplishing your first $10,000. Your goal might be being able to finally start that business you wanted to start. Your goal might be being able to build confidence. Whatever your goal is, the answer will not come from excuses. The answer will not come from outside voices. The answer is going to come from within, because you already know what you need to do in order for you to accomplish your goals. You just need to have the time in order for you to focus, in order for you to listen, and in order for you to put in the action. Tonight, before you go to sleep, I want you to have a conversation with yourself. You are going to ask yourself one single question. What is one thing that I can do tomorrow that will help me accomplish my goal? Then you wait. Do not reach for your phone. Do not search on your phone. Do not fill in the awkward silence that you are feeling. You just wait. The first answer might be uncomfortable. The first answer might be strange. You are going to spend at least 10 minutes in complete silence, waiting for an answer. Even if that answer is strange, it's uncomfortable, it's awkward, it's weird, let it come anyways. If your mind drifts off somewhere else, reel yourself back in by asking the question again, which is, what is one thing that I can do tomorrow in order for me to accomplish my goal? Then tomorrow morning, before you open a single app, before you talk to a single person, do the thing that you heard the night before. Do the thing that you heard the night before. Do the thing before anything else. That is the whole practice. One question, one answer, one action. One question, one answer, one action. You don't need another opinion from anybody else. You have collected enough of those throughout your lifetime. So you don't need another opinion from somebody else. The voices outside of you is either looking out for themselves or is protecting your feelings. And the voice inside of you is the only voice that's actually going to be able to protect your future. Stop asking everyone else what to do with your life. So you need to ask yourself what you should be doing with your life, what you need to do in order to live the life that you want. This coming Friday, I'm going to be posting a video for a specific woman. Once the video comes out, you can be able to find it here or in the description box below. But this video is for the woman who has been praying for a sign before she even moves. If that is you, you need to see this video because there's something that I have discovered about signs that might be able to completely change your life, okay? Now, like I said before, drop the word signal in the comments down below and I will send you the free assessment that shows you exactly which phase is currently blocking you from hearing your own answers in order for you to reach your full potential. If you have any questions, leave it down below. Other than that, I will see you guys in Friday's video.